Hello students, today we are going to do some physics problems which will be useful for you for NEET, JEE and CET and other competitive exam. This is question number 1. Three charges capital Q plus Q and minus Q are placed at the vertices of right angle isosceles triangle as shown in the figure. The net electrostatic energy of the configuration is 0 if Q is equal to. Now you can see that all these three charges are at rest. That means they will be having the electrostatic potential energy. So we have to find the whole system electrostatic potential energy. Now what will be the distance between capital Q and small q? Here you can see in the figure, that is x square is equal to a square plus a square, and therefore you find that this x square is equal to 2a square. X will be equal to under root 2a. That means the distance between this capital Q and small q will be under root 2a. Now what is the net electrostatic potential energy of this system? Now let us solve this problem. So you can see over here in this question, that is potential energy is always defined for pair of charges. So the potential energy will be between this capital Q and small q, between both this small q and between this capital Q and small q. So there will be three pairs, and let us write down the expression for the total potential energy, that is K. Let us write between both these two small q, that is Q square over A plus K into capital Q and small q over here. So capital Q into small q upon A plus K. Again we can write the potential energy for this pair of charges, capital Q into small q, and divide by the distance under root 2a. So capital Q and small q and under root 2a. In the question it is given that the net electrostatic energy of the configuration is 0 if capital Q is equal to. That means we have the net electrostatic energy as 0 and we have to find the value of capital Q. So let us make this 0 over here, and 0 is equal to K into small q square over A plus K into Q into small q upon A plus K into Q upon under root 2A. Now at this stage what we can do, we can keep 0 over here, and the things which are common, that is K into Q by A. So inside the bracket there will be Q plus capital Q plus capital Q over under root 2. And you can see when we go to solve this, it will become 0 is equal to Q plus capital Q common, that is 1 plus 1 by under root 2, and therefore you can see that minus Q, when we take the small q on left side, that will become minus Q into capital Q under root 2 plus 1 upon under root 2. And therefore you can see that this capital Q will be equal to minus Q into under root 2 over 1 plus under root 2. So this is our answer, and let us see. So here you can see in the numerator there is no under root 2, but there is a 2 over here, and although there are three options which are having minus sign, so we can get in the numerator 2 by multiplying both sides by under root 2. So now you can see how our answer will look like. Our answer will look like capital Q will be equal to under root 2 into under root 2 is 2, that is minus 2 into Q upon under root 2 plus that is 2. So this is our answer over here, and this is the final answer. So student, this is our final answer. Capital Q is equal to minus 2 into Q upon 2 plus under root 2. So here you can see that student, this is the answer, that is B. The answer of this question is that is B. Now let us go to next question. Three charges are placed at the vertices of an equilateral triangle of side A as shown in the figure. The force experienced by the charge placed at the vertex A in a direction parallel to BC. So in this diagram there are three charges which are given, that is plus Q and minus Q. They are kept at an equilateral triangle. We have to find the force acting on this plus Q. Now you can see that between this plus Q and plus Q there is a repulsion force. So let us first draw this repulsion force over here, and the Coulomb force is a central force, that means they will act in a straight line. Again, this force between this and this is of attraction. There is a two force over here, and you can see this is of attraction. Now let us draw this coordinate system. So when we draw this coordinate system, you can see that this is x-axis and this is our y-axis, and this is 30. This will be 30 over here, this will be 30 over here, this is 60 over here, and this is 60 over here. Now you can see this can be called as 30. So here you will find that this is f cos 30 and f sin 30 over here. And let us divide this force into two components. This will be also f over here, and this can be called as f cos 30, and this can be called as f cos 30. This component can be called as f cos 30, and this component can be called as f sin theta. Our resultant force is parallel to BC, but it is oppositely directed to BC. So we can see over here the net force that will be equal to, net force will be equal to, that is 2 times of f sin theta, right? It is the 2 times of f sin theta, and here that is to force equation, that is you can see over here. I can write this force equation by Coulomb's law as K, that is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into Q square upon distance square, and distance is given over here. As you can see, the three charges are placed at the vertices of equilateral triangle of side A. So that means all these three distances are of side A. It is given over here, that is A. So that means the force is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q square upon A square over here, and then you have to take this sin 30. So sin 30 is half. So I will write this 2 Q square over 4 pi epsilon naught A square into half, and therefore you will find that these two things will cancel, that is 2 and 2, and now you will find therefore the net force. Therefore the net force will be equal to Q square upon 4 pi epsilon naught into A square. This is the net force, and which is acting, which you can see over here, Q square upon 4 pi epsilon naught A square Q, and there is a minus sign and plus sign. Since this force is taken to be on the left side, the net force is taken to be on the left side, so therefore we will put minus sign over here. So that is minus 2. Here we will put minus sign over here, and this is our answer of this question. Therefore net force is equal to minus q square upon 4 pi epsilon naught into a square. That is answer number B. Now let us move to next question. Now let us go to question number 3, and here you can see it is given an electric dipole of moment P is placed in an electric field of intensity capital E. The dipole acquires a position such that the axis of the dipole makes an angle theta with the direction of the field. Assuming that the potential energy of the dipole to be 0 when theta is equal to 90 degree, the torque and the potential energy of the dipole will respectively be. So this is a student very simple question. It is given that if you are placing the dipole in an electric field, so let me draw the diagram. If this is an electric field over here and it is an uniform electric field, so you can see I am drawing these lines of forces parallel. So if this is a uniform electric field, and you can see if I place the dipole over here at any angle, so let me place this dipole over here. So if I place this dipole over here at an angle, so you will find that the potential energy at any position, then the potential energy of the dipole will be equal to what? Minus p bar dot a bar. It is minus p into cos theta. And you can see here, because it is a dot product, so dot product is equal to minus p into cos theta, because we have the formula over here, that is a bar dot b bar is equal to ab cos theta. So if you take the initial potential energy at 90 degree angle to be 0, then this is the expression for potential energy. Also the expression for the rotational force acting on the dipole, that is torque is equal to, that is P cross E, that is P vector cross E vector, and that will be equal to P sin theta. So what is the rotational force acting on the dipole? That is P sin theta, because it is a cross product. So you can see the cross product of two vectors, that is A bar cross B bar, and that is equal to AB sin theta. So you will find that is equal to P sin theta. That means rotational force is P sin theta and the potential energy is minus P cos theta. So here you can see minus P cos theta is the potential energy and P sin theta is the torque. So answer to this question is, that is A. So it is asked over here in this question that the torque and the potential energy of dipole. The torque is P sin theta and the potential energy is minus P cos theta. So I hope students it is clear to all of you. So if you are able to follow my videos, so please like and subscribe my channel. It will help me. Thank you everybody.